I need a gangster bitch. I want a gangster bitch, yo. I want a gangster boogie with my. I need a gangster bitch. I want a gangster bitch, yo.
Hey Weeblos, hey pals, it's everybody's favorite gamer girl, Tristonian, and today we're reviewing Saints Row 2. So this is a fun thing. Now the script, it's actually respectfully pretty short, but Saints Row 2 is a big game in my life. I think it was like the first Xbox 360 game I played. My uncle used to have me play it because he lives in New York and I visit him, and well, I still visit him, but I'd play and stuff, and I was like, wow, this game's pretty cool. You know, I'd mess around with the cheat codes and all that. And even without cheat codes, this game it's very, very fun. But I don't want to say too many of my opinions on it because this is a review, and if I spoil everything in the intro, then that's sort of the point of the review. But yeah, that's how I got into the game, Saints Row. Saints Row 2 was the first Saints Row I played, but I've been playing Saints Rows, all of them, since I was like 3 or 4 probably. But yeah, Saints Row 2 is what we're gonna review in the rewind. So, I think it's about time we actually get to that review. You might remember in my Saints Row 1 review, I mentioned the protagonist didn't talk. Well, that problem was solved in this game. 6 times. There's 6 voices for you to pick, which all do great jobs in the game. Though you could only be a guy in the first game, you can be both male and female in this game. But you're still the same character from the first game. And for reasons and story points caused in the first game, the Saints ruled the city of Stillwater. But that power quickly faded away, and you now have to take down 3 entirely new gangs, which you, as the leader of the Saints, are gonna cause a lot of pain to. So the gangs are the Brotherhood, another car-based gang, though they're not as car-based as the Rollers from the first game, and they also have a lot of tattoos. The next gang being the Sons of Samedi, which replaced the Carnales as the new drug gang, and also have some magic and voodoo elements, but these don't really matter too much. And the last gang being my personal favorite in all of Saints Row, the Ronin, which are a Kill Bill inspired sword-wielding, motorcycle-riding gang. And I'd recommend beating the gangs in the order I explain them in, because the Brotherhood leader mentions you like not really having power and stuff, so it makes sense to do that when you don't really have power. And the Sons of Samedi, you do that in the middle just because you want to save the Ronin, the best gang, for last. And then, yeah, the Ronin are really the best. And look, they even have sword boss battles.
Ow! Fuck me!
There's also new lieutenants, being Carlos helping you with the Brotherhood, Shandi helping you with the Sons of Samedi, and Pierce helping you with the Ronin, alongside Johnny Gat from the first game, who he's also just like the best Saints Row character, like ever. The atmosphere is a lot more developed in this game compared to the first one, with more humor being in the cutscenes and the world feeling so alive during the free roam. I mean, this world kind of feels more alive than GTA 5 to me. Don't believe me? Just look at these cheerleaders, which already get Saints Row points, because I don't think any single GTA has cheerleaders as NPCs.
Be aggressive! Shake those fuckers! Skeet! 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 Skeet!
The atmosphere is still serious with a good amount of humor, and the game can get extremely dark. Also, the NPCs all look really good, as if they were made in the character creator, which we'll talk about soon. And the look of the NPCs just, it really helps the world feel more alive, because I hate it in games when the protagonist looks like a little too good compared to the NPCs. The game's also based in the same city from the first game, but a few years later, and I really love it. It makes you feel like time has passed if you can remember the look from the first game's map, and it looks a lot cooler. There's also a lot of little secret thingies in the map that they added, like this little cave thing. I don't know, I discovered this when I was like 9, and I felt so cool though. Here you go.
Hey, Venom Child, I heard you in the top 10. I want to score some dust.
I can't answer that question on the air, but I will say this, up next.
The atmosphere also doesn't really fall into that gangsta aesthetic anymore, which I'm okay with because it wasn't one of the main things that was making the game feel unique. But one of the things that was helping the atmosphere was the music. This game definitely has my favorite Saints Row soundtrack and one of my favorite radio soundtracks in a game ever. There's a classical music station, an 80s song station, a station with edgy 2008 songs like Misery Business, Teenagers, and Face Down. There's a rap station, but I think the first game had a better lineup of songs on their rap station. There's also a really nice pause menu song. This game's customization is amazing. You can pick the color of like every part of a clothing item, and there's so many options, and the body customization is great too. Like mentioned earlier, being able to pick your voice is a genius idea that GTA Online should have done when it came out years ago. But whatever, I guess a silent protagonist is okay too. You sadly can't do things like roll up pant legs or open button shirts at the bottom, but the rest of the customization options make up for it. You can also buy houses, which we'll get to, but you can customize them and have them go from nasty, disgusting, and revolting to classy, busty, and astounding. You also have the option to customize your gang graffiti symbol, gang cars, and gang outfits, and can even make your gang be ninjas. Even the car customization got better, and you can do new things like add kneecappers to your car or pick what kind of paint your car has. You can also pick window tints, which always get ruined because your character automatically rolls down the window. Why would they make this a thing? Isn't the whole point of a black tinted window is that nobody can see you? The mission design is pretty much the same from the first game, and you still need to get respect to do missions, but it's easier now because you get it for doing things just like killing gang members. Strongholds and pushbacks are also still a thing, but pushbacks seem to happen much less often. There's new activities in the game to get respect from, like Fuzz, where you pretend to be an officer for a TV show, or Fight Club, where you just fist fight waves of enemies, and it's also probably my favorite Saints Row activity. The difficulty of this game was really high, but probably because I played it on the highest difficulty, hardcore, which got me very annoyed and made me do some regrettable things. You can also get respect by spraying your Gengar all over the city, now needing to use the right trigger to spray and the right stick to aim. I had a lot more fun in this game's missions because the story is better in this game compared to the first, and I specifically had more fun shooting because the gunplay and combat in this game is amazing and the best in the series to me. You can now dual-wield weapons, which makes you feel really cool, and you can grab enemies to make them human shields. Pressing left bumper will throw them, and pressing LT will do a cool kill animation, typically based on the weapon you're holding. There isn't any cover system still, but I'm really happy with this game's combat and in love with it, so we don't need one. Not too much change though, and there's still frame, and I'm not sure if there's soft lock. But what did change a lot is this game's non-gun combat. There's now 4 fighting styles, and you unlock different ones during the story, which do amazing fight animations. And there's also sword combat, since the Ronin uses swords, and you can have little sword fights with these guys. It's just great. You can also pick up like anything from the environment and use it to fight. And back to the gun combat, ammo runs out a lot quicker than it did in the first game, so you'll be needing to buy it a lot. And you can still crouch, and you still can't run into a crouch and have to put your moving to a halt to crouch, and it's annoying. And combat from inside vehicles controls the same, and while outside you can also press right stick to aim, which is kinda weird, but Halo did it first, so I guess that makes it okay. Other than combat, the controls are the same, even for driving, but there are a lot more vehicle options now. There's now boats, jet skis, planes, helicopters, four-wheelers, and motorcycles. I mainly use cars as the motorcycle controls weren't the best, and for air travel I'd usually use a helicopter just because it was way easier to get to. And the camera for the planes is also weird, and usually games like stop the camera at a certain point, but they let you do like full 360s with the camera. A big addition, and probably my favorite in this game, is that you can now buy property, and I don't just mean houses. You can buy other things like nightclubs, restaurants, gun stores, and my house? You can buy any business usable to the player after you take over the neighborhood it's in. After spending a few $1,000s on the business, it'll get you a few $100s every day, which doesn't seem like much at first, but it's worth it when you start getting more businesses and get thousands of dollars every day, and it makes you feel a lot more powerful. You can also buy an airport hangar to store aircraft vehicles. Obviously, I'm not sure what else you'd store there. But yeah, that's enough of the game functions and all that stupid stuff. Time to talk about the really stupid Dumbo Stinky Brenner Poo Poo Doodle Fart Grandpa Please Help Me segment of this review. I didn't like that the playlist system from the first game is here, but now it's a custom radio station.
Wasn't the whole point before that you could listen to music outside of your car? If you want to hear a certain type of song, just go to the station that has it, unless you really care about that specific song. Something else was the homie system is back and identical to the first game, but homies would sometimes accidentally kill me on missions so much I started thinking it wasn't an accident. Just never let them get rocket launchers. I also hated that you can't take over Saints Row. That's the whole point of the name of the series, and you can't even take it over in this game. You also can't take over bridges, and it annoyed me a lot. But yeah, what's the point of the game being called Saints Row if you can't take over Saints Row? At least there's a crib there and you can buy it, but I guess that's pretty cool. I also wish there was a New Game Plus mode, because it would be amazing to be able to restart the game with all your progress and ninja gang members. These are some small things I didn't like. Now, the things I enjoyed, liked, and loved. I really love the sense of progression in this game. Even the main hideout evolves throughout the story. Something else I liked is you can rewatch cutscenes on your TV and play a zombie minigame, which is fun, and you can play it online because you can play the entire story in online. This is so cool to me. Another thing is you can retry activities after failing now, which wasn't in the first game. You can also just enter about every building featured in a mission, which not even GTA does, and I really love this. I also didn't know, but liked that the game sometimes activates idle animations if you haven't been playing. Another thing is this one combo kill I did.
It's all over.
I also like this guy who flirted with some random grandma NPC.
Change of pace, baby. This dick isn't gonna suck itself.
The last thing is the level of destructibility in this game, which is definitely one of my favorite features.
It'll look great on you.
I can't answer that question.
You like it? I traded in our car for this.
Steve, it's a semi-truck. It doesn't even fit.
Quit wasting my time, bitch.
Hey, we did the review. That was it. It was Saints Row 2. I'm sorry if I seemed a little more exhausted and stuff. I just think I'm been getting a little tired of reviews, so I'm gonna be taking a break. But for you, that's not gonna be noticeable because there's still gonna be one next month. But yeah, I'm sorry if you hear my mom talking. Yeah, but yeah, it's just Saints Row 2. A very special game to me. One of my favorite games of all time. I love Saints Row. And yeah, this was it. We're gonna be reviewing some special games next. I'm not gonna say what they are, but you'll see them. Yeah, if you want, you can get my merch. I'm not wearing it right now, but you know you can get it. I made it as cheap as possible. Please don't complain to me about the prices. This is the cheapest the website would let me make it. But yeah, thank you. This is me, Tristonium. This is my review. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. And once again, I'm sorry if I didn't seem as enthusiastic and stuff. But yeah, we got some nice things on the way. So yeah. Also, Saints Row 2 is definitely my favorite Saints Row. I might review 3 and 4, but as of right now, I don't care enough. But maybe one day, or like in a year or something, I don't know. Bye-bye. We're dancing.
Alfred?